Merriam-Webster defines smorgasbord as a luncheon or supper buffet offering a variety of foods and dishes. Similarly, life in and of itself is a variety of people, careers, and cultures. Join me, Matt Bingle, as we discuss how each individual became the person that they are today, and whatever else they want to talk about too. It's an open invitation, and you're invited. So come on in and grab a seat. Welcome to Bingle Smorgasbord. Hey, how you doing? Come on in. Welcome to the Smorgasbord. Have a seat. My name is Matt Bingle. Welcome to another episode of Bingle Smorgasbord. On this episode, we are continuing our Meet the Crew series. Today, we welcome Matt Hammer, co-producer and co-manager of this podcast. I am so excited that I have him on the team. We talk about baseball and Survivor. That's our main two things that we bond over. Yes, it's two completely different things, but both of them are great. We also talk about how huge Survivor was, especially the fact that the last episode of the first season brought in more than 50 million viewers, and that was in the year 2000. Yeah, it's crazy. We also talk about the Cubs and their 2016 World Series title and how they finally ended a drought of 108 years. Yeah. Plus, we also talk about the New York Mets. Neither of us are from New York, but I'm going to tell you right now, we are recording this while the Mets are in their 12-game losing streak. If that doesn't date it, I don't know what to tell you. Yes, we still think it's crazy that Carlos Mendoza still has a job for the New York Mets. Yeah. And one thing I did forget to mention, although most of you know about it already, the collapse last season. 21 games over 500 and missing the playoffs. Yeah, how Carlos Mendoza still has a job with the Mets, I don't know. But hey, it's a lot of fun. Join our chat with Matt Hammer and hope you enjoy it. Let's roll the tape. Matt Hammer, my friend, welcome to the Smorgasbord. How you doing?
Hello, how you doing, sir? I'm doing well. Thanks for
Good.
having me.
I'm delighted to have you here, man. Delighted you're a part of the team. I really am.
Uh, Great to be here.
Great, great. So, as I said in the intro, Matt Hammer is our co-manager here on Bingo Smorgasbord. Again, really thrilled you're a part of this team. I'm going to start off with this. I started this out with Andy's. What do you sense the vision of this podcast being?
Well, I sense it being fun. I think we're gonna get a lot of interviews done because, like we've talked about before, just for people who are gonna hear this. Uh, you know, I'm gonna you because you and I, we talked about how we like to do the interviews we want to do because I feel like we have a lot of the same visions of some of the interviews we want to do. So I think it'll be like that.
Oh yeah, we do have a lot of the interviews we want to do. Same thing with Andy too. Andy's given us some great suggestions. Obviously, we're not going to say them yet because it's too early on in the show, but we do already have ideas in terms of guests we'd like to have, and a few folks do too. Let us know. But yeah, I think it'll combine all of our, I don't want to say talents, but it will. But
Yeah, talent is a good word. I feel like.
yeah. And I think it'll be great for a lot of us because, like you said, we will be able to do, hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing's guaranteed, but it'll allow us to have, the type of conversations we want to have. And I think it's great. I really do. Um, you and I have really gotten to know each other solely because of sports. You, as I said in the
Yes.
intro, are a huge sports fanatic coming out of Chicago, big Cubs fan. I gotta ask, 2016, how did you feel when the Cubs won it all?
That was a year. I mean, we I knew this was a special team when We opened the season up in Anaheim. We outscored them in the whole series. We played 3 games down there, and we outscored them 30-8. And
Oh.
I was like, oh, and the pitching was amazing. You have to remember that was the year that Jake Arrieta, if you remember him,
Mm-hmm.
former Baltimore Oriole,
Yep, I sure do.
that was the year that Jake Arrieta was on his historic run, and you couldn't hit him.
Nah, what a year he had.
You couldn't hit him. In fact, I remember he threw 2 no hitters that year, and you couldn't hit him. And the 2016 in Cleveland, and we all remember the Rajay Davis home run.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought we really were cursed then. I'm like, okay, maybe we're not supposed to win. But then the rain delay came, and we all know what happened after that. So that was a good year.
That game 7 was one of the wildest games I had ever seen. And it was insane. It was back and forth, just like this past year's World Series game 7, back and forth. It was wild. I could not be happier that the Cubs won it all that year. 108 years. Can you imagine 108 years? I don't know if anybody who was alive when the Cubs previously won it all. Got to remember, folks, this was way back in 1908. Okay, this was more than
Yeah,
a century. I don't really recall anybody still being alive. Um, Obviously, there are still some people who made it over 100, but not 108. That's, I'm not saying not
no,
anybody, but at least as a Cubs fan. So, and I mean, most people had never seen it. They had come close. Let's see.
no,
1984, for example, real close in 84. Looking back, I
yeah.
really thought that was their year, 1984. I mean, Ryan
uh,
Sandberg, rest in peace, had a phenomenal year in 84. The Ryan Sandberg
y-
game was up
Yeah,
on the
that
Allendale
was
against St. Louis.
yeah, ironically in St. Louis, you're correct. And ironically, that game was called by Bob Costas on NBC.
Sure
And
was.
I bring up NBC because uh, NBC just got back in the baseball realm this
That's
year.
right. Yeah.
Um, so it's really good. And I just want to mention real quick, my grandmother unfortunately died and missed the Cubs winning the World Series by 6 months, so she never got to
Oh,
see it.
oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Ah, that
Yeah, so
man, that sucks. That really does. That's gotta suck for anybody. You finally see the Cubs winning it all, and then you're thinking, damn, I wish this person was here to see this. Because they'd been waiting for longer than you have for the Cubs to
yeah,
finally win it all. So
there there's a lot of people who waited a long time.
hmm yeah, a lot of people and even me being in Baltimore, I mean, we had a good run in 16, but of course that didn't last long. We got eliminated by the Toronto Blue Jays. That was fun. That was probably
The
the last good year we had for quite some time.
yeah.
Um
the-
Yeah, just rough postseason. What short of it was for us. I could not be happier that the Cubs won it all that year, though. I could not be happier.
that was a great year, yeah.
So you would mention, some of the things that we would want to interview, or some of the people we would want on. Any particular examples that come to mind in terms of that?
Um, well, one of the other things we bond over is our love of sports, obviously, like we just talked about, but our love of Survivor,
Oh
and
yeah.
uh,
Oh, we love
a-
Survivor. Yes, we do.
and I'd love to interview Jeff Probst.
Oh
Not
yeah.
saying it's gonna, not saying it's gonna happen,
Fingers crossed.
but I'd love to interview Jeff Probst.
That would
So
be
fingers crossed that
fingers
happens.
crossed on that. I mean, That would be amazing. Andy asked who would my dream guest for this podcast would be. I did say Bob West because I had never gotten the chance to talk to him. Barney was a big part of my childhood, but Jeff Probst is up there. Jeff Probst is
Yeah,
up there. But see, that's the thing about this show. It could be one thing one week, one thing the next. It's like that's that's the fun of it. The unpredictability of like, hey, who's gonna show up next? You know,
yeah,
I think that'll work too in terms of this podcast. I really do. I think it'll be a lot of fun. You know, you're never gonna know where it's gonna end up. You know, just
yeah.
like this.
But
Favorite
go ahead.
favorite season of Survivor?
Oh, geez. No, you know what? I really like the older seasons. I like Survivor Game Changers.
Oh, that was a good
Um,
season. I forgot about that.
Survivor Redemption Island. I I
Yeah, that was a real good one.
I I really had hope for the this we as we talked about. I really was hoping that this current season would be good because of the 50th anniversary.
Right?
Uh, and so far it's disappointed me. It really has.
Yeah, we've talked about it. It's quite disappointing. I mean, for it being, you know, it's 50th season, which hard to believe. I mean, the show's been on going on 26 years. I mean, it's crazy. This show premiered the year I was born, so it feels like I grew up with Survivor quite
And
literally in a literal sense because you folks got to remember I was born in the year 2000. So
yes,
that's with three zeros, by the way. It's like, oh, 2000 and
and
what? 2000. That's it. So
2000, yeah.
it's crazy that I didn't start watching Survivor until maybe 2005, oh six, maybe one of
And
those 2 years.
it's so funny because you look at like 50 and whatever, and it's like it's ruining the entirety of the game. Like this truth. I don't know when this is gonna go up, but you know, there was this twist in 50. They called it the duo twist, where you won immunity together and you were voted out together. And like for me, that's just dumb. For me, that
I don't understand the point of that. I mean, I get the saying if you're going down, if I'm going down, you're going down with me. But this completely turns that around. It's like, no, not not quite.
well, and it ruins the what it ruins the part of the game we all love, which is tragedy. It's like it 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 ruins the part of the game we all love. It's like what's going on here?
That's essentially what Survivor is. Strategy. Like
Yeah, and
I'd say 90% of Survivor is strategy. 10% is the challenges. You know, because
yeah,
obviously, you know, but I'd say like at least 90% of it is strategy.
yeah, and that's why and that's where unfortunately that's where 50 is lacking. It's lacking. You got the duo twist. I don't know. Like I don't know
I
how
don't
they can
know.
redeem it.
I don't know either. I would say it's kind of disappointing, but it is impressive the show has run for 25 years. I will say. I
It,
mean, because
it
given
yeah.
the state of television as we know it is shocking that a show is of that longevity is still on the air and it's
And
not running every night.
it's not running every night and that it's still on a network. And
Yeah,
like it's still on a network. It's still on CBS. Now you can watch it on Paramount Plus obviously the next day, but it's still it still runs on CBS every Wednesday, which is crazy to me.
it is again given how cable and streaming have like completely drifted apart in, I'd say, maybe the last 5 years. It really is mind blowing that a show with that longevity. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's great, but it's like, how much longer can a show air solely? Well, it's not solely anymore because, as you said, Paramount Plus. But it's like, how can something like that survive in this day and age?
And like, it's crazy. You say, how can it survive? I, it still gets. I mean, most people watch the next day on Paramount, but it still gets great ratings on CBS. I don't know how, because it
I
still
don't know.
does.
I don't know how they measure it now. Like, I know it's Nielsen ratings, but obviously it's not as strong as it once was, obviously.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
gotta remember, folks, this show was the number one show in the 2000-2001 season. I mean, we're talking, it beat out ER, it beat out Friends, it beat out Everybody Loves Raymond, it beat out so many of these great, great shows. Literally the number one show of that entire TV season. It's crazy. And it was in its first year. First
I
year.
mean, yeah. I mean, I remember. I'll never forget the Survivor. The Survivor. I think I read that the Survivor One finale was one of the most viewed finales on television,
Really?
which is,
I did not know that. That is insane.
well, and keep in mind that Jeff did not host the finale back then. It was it it was Rosie O'Donnell, of all people.
That probably explains it. That explains a lot.
Yeah, so like back in the day, Jeff would come and he would read the votes, as he does, and let everybody know who won. So it was like, the winner of Survivor One is Richard Hatch, and then he would leave, and then Rosie took over. It was really weird.
Yeah, no, no, he's right. Ready for this, folks? The season one finale, August 23rd, 2000. An average of, get this, 51.7 million viewers, which
Uh,
is completely unheard of today.
like
But that just goes to show how much things have changed over the last 25 years. Peak audience, 58.6 million viewers during the last half hour of the finale.
yeah, I
That's
mean,
wow. And viewership was up almost 50% higher than the previous show's 12 weeks. Think about that. 50 million people in one night watching the show. Can you imagine what was running through the crew's heads? Like, man, this is
and
big.
it's huge, and it was so big that, like, let's not forget, Big Brother premiered around the same time. Big Brother was '01, and that was like, Big Brother won because nobody knew what the concept was. Because Big Brother, we have to keep in mind, Big Brother started in the Netherlands,
Right.
and so when Big Brother came to CBS, it was like, oh, another, like, Survivor show. Let's that premiere was huge too.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at 22 million people had watched the premiere of Big Brother. 22
Yeah,
million people.
it's
Literally
nuts.
the same year, 2000, Big Brother. But I mean, obviously that doesn't compare to Survivor. Again, 51 million people. I mean, that's like a almost a fifth of the country's population at the time. It's
Yeah,
mad. You
yeah.
may, other than the Super Bowl, you may never get something like that. And that's not counting streaming and all that stuff. That's just
No,
cable
you
TV. That's CBS.
look. Yeah, that's CBS. You're never gonna get that again.
No.
But it's so strange because I was actually I was actually reading something a couple days ago where they would say it said what would happen if Survivor moved exclusively to, Paramount Plus or Netflix or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, give us like I think it would get the same amount of viewers because so many people are like cutting the cord.
Oh yeah,
And the more I read it, I think it would get the same amount of viewers, if not more.
I think so too. I think of what HBO Max did with Sesame Street a couple years ago, where they would only release one episode every week, which I think was a great idea. I liked that. I really did.
Yeah,
I like that idea. So I think if it were to continue solely on streaming, I think that's how it would go. Just release an episode every week, just like it airs Wednesday nights. You
I
know,
mean,
I
dude, if you I go, sorry to interrupt,
no,
but
I was just gonna say, if it works that way, I think it could still work.
dude, if you release, let's just say, uh, let's just say, okay, we're gonna have a Survivor season exclusively on Paramount Plus. It's still gonna be released every single week on Wednesday nights. I think it would still do extremely well,
Oh yeah,
if not better.
I think so too. I do think it would do better because I mean, it is kind of a mix, though, because some people are cutting the cord with cable, others are just like, I'm not paying so much for all the streaming services. Because let's go back to baseball for a second. I think it is absolutely absurd that you have to pay so much for just to watch every game. Netflix, for example, Netflix airing baseball games. What sense does that make?
Well,
Netflix.
I first of all, I watched. Speaking of Netflix, in baseball, having to pay so much to watch it. Of course, I'm already a Netflix subscriber, so I already had it. But so I watched the first. I said I said I said, okay, what's this broadcast gonna be like? So I watched the first broadcast between the Dodgers and the Mets. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I put it on and I'm going pregame. It was the broadcast was horrible. The audio stunk. Like I'm like, this is what Netflix paid for.
Yeah, it's just like that. Oh, what was that match? That Jake Paul match or whatever it was,
Oh,
like not even a year ago
Jake Paul
on
and
Netflix. Same thing. People were pissed about that because it kept crashing because so many people were watching it. It's just like if you can't get your stuff together, don't even bother. It's just
yeah. The Jake Paul, the other one you're thinking of is Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. The Jake Paul,
that's what it
Mike,
was.
the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight. Nobody could watch because nobody could get in their bleeping Netflix.
Nobody
Uh, the,
could. It was just
yeah,
ridiculous. And now they're going to baseball. It's like, look, if you think that's not going to work, what makes you think this is going to work? Clearly, it doesn't.
and,
And
and
it's
and the product, the broadcast. Now it was only one broadcast, but I watched the first 5 innings and I said I'm out of here. I couldn't stand the echo. There was there was an echo, and I'm like, "Hello, truck."
yeah. Y'all have one job and you're failing at it. You have one job.
And this is a multi-million-dollar company, and
Exactly.
you can't fix an echo.
Mm-mm-mm. That's That's what baffles me. You're a multi-billion-dollar company. You can't fix that. Don't
Yeah,
bother. Don't bother. Just don't bother. I am happy that NBC is bringing back a lot of their sports. I mean, baseball, I think they got basketball back, right?
yeah,
NBA.
they did. Yeah,
I mean, I
Roundball Rock. It's
and they didn't they bring back their old intro? I thought I saw they brought back their old intro from
Yeah,
like the
it's
90s.
John Tesh. It's John Tesh Roundball Rock. So we get the oh ba da 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 da. It's the Chicago Bulls and the Houston Rockets. You know,
I love that they brought that back because it gets you hyped, man. That's what I miss about those old sport because I love like old games, like old baseball games.
yeah, and they
There's just something about it, like the graphics are so different from the way they are now. They actually look really cool. Um, I was thinking about what was I thinking about? The Game 7, 1991. Again, another one of the wildest, most climactic ways to end the baseball season. 1991. You
yeah,
got you got two teams who were literally in last place the year before, made it to the World Series. One of them was gonna win it all, and it couldn't have ended a better way. I mean, no runs on either side for 10 innings.
10 innings,
10
and
innings.
that's back when they were letting starters go as long as they were effective.
Which is what they should do now. Truthfully,
Yeah,
they should.
well,
But hey,
that's what they should do. But with analytics these days, they don't let that happen.
hmm,
I agree with you. That's what they should do.
that's what they should do.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm. Hey, listen. I don't know when this is gonna air, but I'm sure with the New York Metropolitans would like that right now.
Oh, let me tell you, folks. The day we are recording this, they are currently at a 12-game losing streak. They're most since 2002.
Yeah.
So
Uh, uh,
obviously, we
uh,
record these episodes in advance, but just to put this one into perspective, we are recording this a little bit in advance because we just want to get these in the can. But yeah, as of the day they're recording, we are recording this. They are on a 12-game losing streak. Literally, the night before we recorded this, it was the Mets and the Minnesota Twins at Citi Field. How 32,000 people showed up for this team, I don't even know. And if you saw the highlights of that game, I told him, or I called this, that they like, oh yeah, it's gonna be loud. Yeah, it's gonna be loud of booze. Sure enough, they were up 3-0. They blow a 3-run lead. Devin Williams throws a walk with the bases on the top of the ninth,
yeah.
and you
Well,
just hear the
uh,
shower of booze. And I mean,
eh,
a shower's putting it lightly. A thunderstorm of booze. I mean, it was just. I mean, it's crazy. Like, and mind you, how Carlos Mendoza still has a job, I don't even know. We were talking about this like not that long ago. How in the world? Again, this might change as the time it goes up. I very highly doubt it, but how Carlos Mendoza still has a job with the New York Mets is, I think, beyond
well,
anybody.
I if well, if you still have this job, I highly doubt. I highly doubt it'll change. I don't know when this is going up, but I was saying earlier, I don't know when the Mets are going to win again. Let's just for context tell the people that it is we are recording this on April 22nd, and the Mets have another game tonight against the Twins.
Yep.
I'm not sure if they probably won't win because
I would not be surprised if the Twins swept the Mets. We might be
they
wrong. We might be wrong because we're recording this at the end of April. So,
yeah.
and we were talking about. I think it was yesterday. I was telling you how only two teams have ever made the playoffs with a start of 7-16. One of them didn't even have a winning record. That was the
Yeah.
1981. That was the 1981 Royals. And you got to keep in mind that was a strike shortened season.
Yep.
A strike pretty much prevented a lot of the season from happening. Um, and it was split up into two halves. Poor Cincinnati, they got robbed that year, I'll tell you. But they were with the Royals, they were 50-53 that year. I think I think they might be the only team in baseball history, correct me if I'm wrong, one of, if not the only team to go into the playoffs with a losing record.
Well, I'm telling you what, they're gonna continue to be because this Mets team,
It is abysmal. They find every little reason.
the
And going back to the Cubs, they were up 1-0 like a few days ago on Sunday. This is the 19th we're talking about here. You're literally up 1-0. You know, you can't even keep a 3-run lead, let alone a 1-run lead. One
dude,
one run.
dude, the thing about the game on April 19th, I'm watching the game, and I was prepared to lose because clearly they're gonna win sometime, right? And
Right.
so the Cubs were literally down to their last strike. They had run. The Cubs had a runner on first and third. No, first, a runner on first. They were literally down to their last strike, and then Michael Conforto, the former Met, hit a double into the corner, and Scott Kingery, former Philadelphia Philly, scores all the way from first because why? Because the Mets fumbled the ball around in the corner like the Three Stooges, like the
He's not wrong. He really did. And we have been determined to find the SNY broadcast of that particular, because online is the clip from SNY, that's the TV broadcast for the New York Mets, of how the game ended with the sac fly in the bottom of the 10th. what we
yeah,
want
but
what we want to find is that play that he talked about, but either SNY's broadcast or WFAN in New York. One of those two, because we just want to see how pissed they get. And
I mean,
we've been trying to find that for like the last couple of days. We haven't had any luck. The only clip from that game from SNY I found from like the eighth inning on is that sac fly to end the game.
is the sack fly in the game exactly? Um,
We've been determined. I'll tell you what, we've been determined.
I'm still determined to find it.
Oh yeah.
I've been looking. I haven't had any luck.
If anybody can find a video or audio clip of that from SNY or WFAN, please send it to us. We'd love to see it.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, and if anybody has that clip, uh, of the double from SNY, I'll send it to me in an MP3. I'll.
yeah, just send it. Just send it in either MP3 or waveform. Um, yeah, there you go. So, see that these are the kinds of things that Hammer and I bond over. It's great. Um, we've known each other for quite a bit, quite a couple of years now.
Yes.
Um, what is one thing you've always wanted to know about me? Like anything at all you've always wanted to know about me?
Um, that's a good question. It's funny because I thought about this and I was like, because I figured you were going to be asking me questions like this. So I, I thought about this and, you know, what are some of the, well, I know, what are some of the things you like to do? Because I don't think I've ever asked you, so I'll ask you now. What are some of the things you and your brother like to do together?
Well, um, that's a really good question. We don't really do a lot together. Those of you who don't know, I said in the intro episode, I have, just for clarification's sake, I have a twin brother who has nonverbal cerebral palsy. Just for clarification's sake, we don't really do a lot together. Most of the time, it's down our trailer because usually we'll either play Yahtzee or we'll do like a memory match. Like what's really cool is we'll just take a standard deck of cards, like a standard 52 card deck, and we'll grab like matching cards, like two jacks, two queens, whatever, and we'll go around trying to find them. Funny thing is, he tries to cheat. He tries to
That's
cheat. Same thing with puzzles too. Like not long ago, we were down our trailer in Virginia. We had these like small little puzzles for him, and they have numbers. Like if you flip them over, they have numbers coordinating to the pieces. And he turned them all over. Bam, bam, bam. It's just like, hey, you know what? He's beating the system. It's great because
yes.
that's how his mind works, and it's great. Um, and but other than that, we don't really do a lot together because there's not a lot that I don't want to say there's a lot he can do. There really isn't a lot that he can do. Like he can't pick up a lot of things and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when we do, usually we go riding around on our golf carts and stuff like, because we got golf carts, we like to go on golf cart rides while we're down our trailer and whatnot. So we do some stuff together. It's not a whole lot though. It's usually Yahtzee, memory match, or just match if you want to call it, and golf cart rides are usually down our trailer. Other than that, we
Yeah,
don't really do much together. Although I will say, and this is solely because my mom wasn't home. Our dear friend Jake Deffenbaugh, hi Jake, if you listen to this, and I took my dad and my brother. We went to that Kermit the Frog event at the University of Maryland back in September 2024. It was a dean
yeah.
lecture event, and it was the dean, Stephanie Shohaken, I think, or however you pronounce her last name. I'm sorry. And the guest was Matt Vogel, who currently puppeteers Kermit, and he had Kermit with him. Let me tell you, that experience was magical. And we met a few people, including Craig Shemin, who's a brilliant guy, writer, author. He's written a couple books the last couple of years. So he went with us. Not that he's interested in that kind of thing, but I just thought it was really cool to share with Jake, my dad, and my brother, because that was a magical night for all of us. That thing was a free event, and it sold out within like 4 hours. It was like,
Oh, your brother did go to that one.
he
That's
did,
really cool.
he did go to that one. I think it was because obviously we don't want to leave him alone by himself. Usually he's fine with his iPad and Kindle and stuff like that. He's fine, but it's like, what if something happens, and we're not
Right.
home? That's why we usually take him with us with these things, because he's usually fine, but it's like that fear of what if something happens, you know
Well, I'm glad he enjoyed himself.
yeah, he seems to have. We met, Jake and I met Lucas Ross, who's a brilliant banjo player. We met Craig Shemin, as I said. We met Heather Henson, who is one of the daughters of the late great Jim Henson. So that was amazing.
Would you like me to remind you when the game is getting close to ending?
Stop. Sorry about that. My
It's
my
all good.
my echo have a mind of its own.
Yeah,
Um
clearly. um,
and
yeah. That's what we do together. We don't really do.
Alexa, stop.
Not your Alexa too. Man, everybody's got their minds of its own today. Um, I'm really happy that you're a part of this. I can't wait to have you on. And again, fingers crossed we get Jeff Probst. If we get him
Yeah,
on, you are
yes.
definitely being part of that one. No
Yes,
question
I
about it. No question about it.
yeah,
Any other ones you're interested in, just let me know. Hammer,
yeah.
thank you for being here, man. I'm really happy you're a part of the team, and I can't wait to see where this ends up.
I'm really happy to be here again. Thank you for having me, and I can't wait to talk more.
Can't wait. That's all for now. Hope you got your fill. Join us next week for another fun-filled, enchanting, and exciting episode of Bingo Smorgasbord. Thanks for visiting. So long.